Erica from Crypto Soul, and welcome back to another episode of the Erica Show. For those of you who are new to the show, be sure to subscribe to the channel to meet meaningful builders in the blockchain space. 안녕하세요. 크립토 소울 에리카입니다. 에리카쇼는 블록체인 산업에서 의미 있는 서비스 혹은 프로젝트를 개발하고 계신 다양한 분들과 인터뷰를 하고 있는데요. 이번 게스트는 자랑스러운 한국의 크립토퀀트의 대표님, 주기영 대표님을 모셨습니다. So for our 15th guest, we have Kyung-ju, who is the CEO of Cryptoquant, leading global on-chain data providing service. Key, welcome to the Erica Show.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. 안녕하세요. 저는 크립토퀀트의 주기영이라고 합니다.
Nice to meet you. I mean, it's been a while since we last met in Korea, and this was before Cryptoquant was born, I believe, and then now it's taking off like crazy. Congratulations, and we were actually planning to do this interview a little before, also in Korean as well, but then due to popular demand, we decided to switch the language entirely to English. So I hope you guys are all happy. And there has been so many questions and interest from the global community, as you have probably seen on Twitter. So for those of people who are not familiar with Cryptoquant and of who you are, can you please give a brief introduction of who you are and what you do in the crypto space?
For sure. So basically, Cryptoquant is a data provider and also on-chain data analytics firm. So we provide on-chain data that shows the capital flows between exchanges and other entities. So if you want to sell Bitcoin, you have to send all those coins to exchanges. So the price eventually determined by exchanges, right?
Yeah.
So it's really important to see the capital flows between exchanges and other entities like miners, whales, illicit funds, ICO investors, and so on. So we provide those premium data for traders and hedge funds, and we're trying to find the significance between those on-chain data and the price actions.
And you know, you've gotten like huge reception, like a lot of interest because of your trustworthy data, right? And I was really curious, like how this thing works, because first of all, it's very difficult to get data in the blockchain space in general. So I was very curious, like how you accumulate data and just basically how it works, like a cycle. Can you just kind of like give an example of how you do your work on a regular basis?
So basically, in order to fetch those data, you have to set up blockchain infrastructure.
Yeah.
So you're running Bitcoin nodes, Ethereum nodes, and then we classify those wallets by machine learning. So for example, exchange wallets, they have a bunch of transactions between user deposit wallets. So when those we call it hot wallets, that's interacted with user deposit wallets. So it looks like mushroom. Can I show you can I share the screen?
Yes, I think you can. Yeah, I think I allowed you to share your screen. Okay. Is it working?
You have to give me a host.
Oh, I have to give you a host? How do I give you host? Just one second. Let's see. Do I invite? Just one second. I should have given you host before. I didn't know you were going to share your screen. Hold on.
No worries.
Sorry about that. Edit. Maybe I should just like edit the settings. Oh, maybe I can't because it's in progress now. Share screen. Multiple participants can share. Can you share now?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So the transaction, if you visualize those transactions, it looks like mushroom. So those,
literally a mushroom.
yeah, literally it's mushroom. And this is other exchanges, the patterns looks exactly the same. All those exchange wallet management pattern looks like mushroom.
Wow.
Yeah, we by utilizing machine learning, we classifying those mushrooms on the blockchain, and then we label it by sending a little amount of bitcoins to those exchanges. So can you see the white dot here in the mushroom?
Yes, little dots.
Yeah, so those 3 white dots are our exchange user deposit wallets. So we send bitcoins to there, and then we finally identify these wallet clusters are owned by Poloniex. Yeah.
Wow.
And these hot wallets are interacted with other hot wallets, and those hot wallets are connected to one single cold wallet, like this, the blue dot above. So we've been collecting address labels since 2017 for building anti-money laundering solutions like chain analysis. Since then, the purpose of collecting address labels is to investigate money laundering cases, and then we kind of pivoted our business model to providing on-chain data for traders. So it's pretty accurate, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. Can you cancel your screen so I can see you? I think I can still see you. Awesome. So you've been accumulating data since 2017, and that's kind of now your huge database now.
Exactly.
Awesome. Where did you get, you said you kind of pivoted, but where did you get the inspiration to start Cryptoquant in the beginning?
So, like I said before, we've been collecting address labels since 2017. Back then, I found a blockchain research association. It's student-run association called Planet B, and a bunch of PhD students there specialized in machine learning, data science, and I made a team for building anti-money laundering solution. And then we realized that we're just engineering guy. I'm not good at B2B and B2G sales. So that's why I pivoted our model to data providing. And we all members are traders, basically. We survived the Korean, cryptocurrency bubble back in 2018.
Yes.
So, and we make profit from margin trading, and we know how those market works. And we thought that this market is highly manipulated by whales, especially miners and some of, OG whales. So that was the inspiration, actually. And we found that whenever those huge inflows to exchanges, the order book changes happen. The order book changes. And then sometimes dumping happens. So we actually predicted some of the dumpings, like the March great sell-off, and I tweeted a lot of times for price predictions.
Yes.
That's the that's based on whale moving actually. And we've been provided our data API to promising hedge funds like Hashed, Arrington, XRP Capital, and other capitals.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of makes me more confident at our data quality. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, like you're basically preventing like a huge dump. Well, basically you're making people like get ready for maybe a future dump or a potential dump, right? And I think so many people appreciate that. I remember like you were posting like price predictions on Twitter and people were like, thank you. Like they were thanking you for, preventing such, disasters and,
So sometimes I got wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. But you are definitely trying your best with your team. And so your team is basically traders and also data scientists and machine learning PhDs. Is that?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. This is great. And like I'm very new to this on-chain data analysis, but how do you basically extract on-chain data? Like, how does it work? What do you use? Can I ask about that?
So for on-chain data, if you want to utilize on-chain data for trading, you have to visit our website. It's called cryptoquant.com.
Yes. It's a very good website, by the way.
Yeah.
Very detailed.
So if you purchase our Pro plan, you can access the standalone version of TradingView with our on-chain data.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, it might be pretty tricky for, I think, non-traders, but traders are familiar with using TradingView, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, whenever those exchange inflow mean, it's the average amount of Bitcoins that's depositing to exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever this value goes above two Bitcoins, it's likely to be, the price is likely to be bearish or going sideways. So this value goes above 2 here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the price is going sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And then when this value goes below 2 Bitcoins, the price is going up. And when this value goes above 2, and then this it goes going sideways, and then when this makes, I think, huge correction. I mean the flash correction, but we got fast recovery from I think new institutional whales. So it has been pretty accurate for this indicator to predict huge dumping. Let me show you historical data. So we actually predicted a bunch of dumpings with this indicator. So this is the March gray sell-off this year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 2018. So whenever this value goes above 2, dumping happens, right? Yeah, this is 2019. There was no dumping. And this is 2020. So those indicators are pretty helpful to predict, dumping.
Mm-hmm.
And let me show you another one. This is whale ratio. It's the relative size of the top 10 inflows to total inflows for all exchanges. So when this value goes above 43%, mass dumping is likely to happen. So it goes down like minus 52%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mentioned that this value was hit the year low, so you guys should buy. When the prices was ranging around 11K, so it was pretty accurate.
Oh, wow! what a new world! Oh, wow! So basically, it really demands high analysis and a lot of past data, I guess, to kind of predict. And I didn't really know that it really requires such intricate data. So yeah, this is very interesting. And recently there was this huge bull run, and we had to delay our interview due to that bull run. But it was it's still going on. But when you encounter such trend, like you get really busy, right? Like how does your company process this like sudden rush? And like I'm curious, like for this bull run recently, like last week, how did you interpret that? Like, can you kind of give us a summary of what you wrote on your Twitter and what you thought of this bull run?
Okay, so I posted a tweet about my prediction 40 minutes ago. So
yes, very recent.
Yeah. Bitcoin will break 25K without retesting 1K because there's a huge buying power on 23K, I think. It's really strong support level, and institutional whales are buying, I think. And institutional investors, they're keep buying Bitcoins through OTC deals.
Yeah.
So this is recent findings. Over 12K Bitcoins flowed out from Coinbase, and those outflows are going to their custody wallets, I think. So I cannot confirm these wallets are all run by Coinbase OTC or Coinbase custody, but it looks like they're custody wallets. I've been conduct research on wallet management patterns, and Coinbase have a bunch of cold wallets, and those cold wallets are systemically managed by Coinbase. And I believe that those cold wallets are managed by Coinbase custody. And I tweeted this, and then Grayscale announced that they recently bought 12K Bitcoins on 22nd. So it might be coincidence, but I believe all these deals are pretty ongoing. And we have lots of evidences that OTC deals are ongoing right now. So, for example, let me show you other indicator we have some indicators to see OTC deals. The most accurate one is fund flow ratio. So this is the ratio of entire network transaction volume of exchanges compared to the entire tokens transferred on the network. You follow?
Yes.
Yeah. So if this value goes up, it implies most of the network transactions are exchange withdrawals or deposits. Otherwise, the transaction volume are coming from non-exchange wallets like individual wallets, custody wallets, or mixers and tumblers. So since price is eventually determined on exchanges, massive non-exchange transaction volume is considered as a bullish signal.
I see.
And these transactions include OTC deals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, currently only 5% of entire network transactions are used by exchanges.
Oh,
so
wow.
95% of all tokens transferred are conducted, evoked by non-exchange wallets.
Wow.
So this 5% value also happened in 2019 February, and there was huge, a lot of major exchanges launched OTC DEX at that time, according to Cointelegraph. So, yeah, this is, I think, IP indicator is somewhat correlated to OTC deals, and it has been really, really low level since October this year. So I specifically mentioned that a lot of OTC deals are ongoing on September 10th. And then MicroStrategy, they announced that there was huge on-chain OTC deals happened at that time.
Right. Wow, this is very interesting. Hey, MicroStrategy, like they announced very in a bullish way. So we assumed that there was going to be a lot of institutional buying, and also the tweet by Elon Musk, that was really did you see, that was really just.
There's going to be a reason that his tweet about Bitcoin. I think he's preparing to buy Bitcoin. Yeah.
Yes, maybe he already bought Bitcoin. He already has a ton of Bitcoin anyway, so maybe it's a way to just facilitate more conversation and more interest. But very interesting. Do you ever look into DeFi data at all?
Yeah, I've been looking. We're collecting DeFi tokens address labels as well. So we're rolling out ERC20 flows at the end of this year.
Oh, at the end of this year. It's already almost the end of this year.
We actually have link exchange flow where we're gonna launch Sushi Swap, Sushi, Uniswap, and other tokens.
Oh, cool, awesome. And next week, wow. Oh, I should roll out this interview next week, so we're on time. There was this question about, they're asking about what a generation long meant, and can you give us a description of what it is?
So my friend, he told me that he wanna inherit his longs to his son and his grandson. So I called it generation long. So I wanna when I decided to long, when the price was ranging about 17K, I pumped my long with 10x, and I called it generation long. That's that I'm gonna inherit this long to my son and grandson. But I called that before breaking 20K, so I was dumb. I should have been keep those longs.
Oh, that's what it meant. I see. People are curious about that. And, do you also consider adding BTC liquidation level for major exchanges?
Sure. Yeah, we're gonna launch other market data like order book data, open interest for non-perpetual swaps, options data, and liquidation level as well. But it's gonna be at the beginning of next year, not maybe on January, I think.
I mean, for Cryptoquant, what are your top 3 indicators that you, from Cryptoquant's perspective?
So history doesn't repeat. I know, right? We have a bunch of indicators that worked pretty well historically, but I think currently this market is driven by institutional whales.
Mm-hmm.
We have minor indicators, OG whales indicators, like I showed you before, but for now we have to focus on OTC deals. Mm-hmm. So you have to see the three OTC indicators I mentioned on Twitter. So for one, Coinbase Bitcoin outflows. So massive Coinbase outflows usually goes to their new cold wallets for custody. And a lot of institutional investors are using Coinbase custody for OTC deals. And for Coinbase custody is directly integrated with their OTC desk. Grayscale, they're using Coinbase, Ruffer using Coinbase, and other, big whales are using Coinbase.
Yeah.
And, fund flow ratio, I showed you before, right?
Yes.
And tokens transferred. So whenever the number of Bitcoins transferred on the network is increasing and fund flow ratio for all exchanges goes down, this indicates huge OTC deals are ongoing. So for now, still a lot large transactions are large amount of tokens are transacted on the blockchain network, and the fund flow ratio is still very low. So I believe all OTC deals are ongoing, and other indicators like miners position index that shows miners selling is pretty high. So miners are ready to sell their coins, and whales are active on exchanges. Like I showed you before, all exchange inflow mean that value is pretty high. So all the Bitcoin whales are ready to sell, but new institutional whales are coming into this industry and changing the games. So I think the market cyclic top would determine when those institutional whales are not joining in this industry and there's no OTC deals. That's going to be a market top, I think. So other, old whales are selling Bitcoins right now. So huge buying power will continue unless those OTC indicators implies the institutional buying.
Right, there has definitely been a wave of institutional buying, and recently there was this Chinese Ponzi scheme that led to the government owning a ton of Bitcoin. And do you think the government will sell the Bitcoin, or will they keep it? I mean, this is a question from Twitter, but it was kind of interesting to me as well. I was wondering what you think personally.
So I think they're gonna sell some of those coins were sold on exchanges because like I said before, we've been tracking money laundering cases on the blockchain. And what's interesting is that when you see the inflows to exchanges, you can label, you can find that those wallets, the sender wallets are mixers or tumbler wallets. that's for money laundering. So we are trying to label those transaction patterns. When you send Bitcoins, if you send Bitcoins through CoinJoin or other money laundering transaction patterns, that's going to be a sell signal, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we've found some of transactions are used by money laundering patterns. And yeah, I'm not sure at this point, Plus token or other illicit funds are liquidated in exchanges, but we will provide those data sooner or later.
Once it happens. Once it happens, for sure. Awesome. And speaking of personal preferences, what are your top 3? I mean, I never asked this question, but what are your top 3 cryptocurrencies that you mostly look at in this market?
So I love Bitcoin, and
me too.
I'm just Bitcoiners, and I believe Ethereum is kind of underestimated, somewhat underestimated, because next year I think institutional whales will move their attention to Ethereum and other solid cryptocurrencies like maybe Chainlink. So top 3 would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink. I believe next year, people, what will be the next bubble is synthesized assets. So people trade stocks and traditional assets through tokenized, assets.
Yeah.
Like FTX are already doing that.
Yeah.
They were trading these stocks, right?
Yes.
So that's going to be a future, and Chainlink would be play a key role on as an oracle. So
yes.
definitely Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink.
That makes sense. I mean, some people think like it's a little risky at this moment, it's a little too early, but I think it's definitely an innovative idea, and it will definitely blossom hopefully next year and further as well. And you mentioned on Twitter, I mean, you just showed us your tweet, but you said it's going to hit 25K without going to 21K. But in 2021, next year, it's coming up. What do you think? I mean, do you think it's gonna just keep going up? What are your price targets? I mean, do you have any predictions? It's gonna go to 100K. No, just kidding.
It's a hard question.
Yeah.
Like I said before, the market cyclic top will determine when those institutional whales are not coming into this industry. So you have to focus on those tweets, I think. The famous guys, Elon Musk, they're tweeting about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Maybe next year, Elon Musk announced that he bought some Bitcoins, and then it's going to be a crazy skyrocketing. Right?
Yes, yes.
I cannot predict the market cycle top at this point because it's not data driven. We already broke all-time highs, and we're in the stage of price discovery. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
it's all new for you. Yeah. Everything's new now.
I can just say, just focus on longs for now, and in the short term, I believe the price will break 30K. Mm-hmm. That's in 3 months. That's my short-term prediction.
Wow, In 3 months? Yeah, that is definitely, I mean, it's still going up. Like, I'm just looking at the price and it's still going up. So that's totally possible, I think, in this age. But I think, yeah, I mean, anything can happen at this moment. And I rarely ask this question, but since you're, you know, one of the one of the people that, you know, people look at for data and for predictions. So I just had to ask that question. And what are some of your milestones for Cryptoquant as a team? I mean, because you're still improving, you're developing, I think you're still at an earlier stage in your, you know, team creation, right? What is your ultimate goal? I was very curious about this. What is your ultimate goal as a team?
So we want to solve the problem that people investing in cryptocurrencies with religious belief, and there's no databases, right? People just saying, hey, Bitcoin is gonna go up like 100K or something. Mm-hmm. But it's supposed to be data-driven and evidence-based, right?
Yes.
So we want to change investment culture for this industry. So we provide very solid, accurate data for traders for now, and we gather those professional traders around the world, and then those professional traders, they can build some kind of narratives about Bitcoins and Ethereum to persuade new investors. So people understand Bitcoin narratives like digital gold, store of value, and other things, yes. But they can't explain about, so in terms of store of value, is Bitcoin underestimated or overvalued? They cannot answer, right? Mm-hmm. But using on-chain indicators like MVRV ratio, you know, realized cap, thermal cap, those indicators, you can say, I think Bitcoin is underestimated in terms of sort of value narrative, digital gold narrative. So those, you know, narratives can be produced based on on-chain data. And so the first step will be gathering those professional traders and make a community. And then by leveraging that, we can become a narrative factory. Mm. So if your cousin, you know, mother, asking about Bitcoin, mm-hmm. You can say, hey, Mom, you should go visit Cryptoquant, and then understand why Bitcoin is going up right now. So people can instantly understand why the price is going up or down mm-hmm. on our website through our analyst's view. That's right. Our ultimate goal for now.
I see. It's kind of like stock trading where, you know, you have these reports coming out weekly or even daily, and, you know, they say, oh, it's underestimated, this stock is overestimated, and there's like these analysis every single day. And, you know, it's not happening for crypto at this moment, but you're trying to create that culture, right? And the structure for the people. So, oh yeah. We need this, right? We definitely need this, and data-driven analysis. We need data-driven analysis, and it's very lacking in this space now. And I think it's being developed by people like you. And yeah, this is absolutely amazing. And so this was an interesting question, but some of the community members were asking why you aren't being so responsive on Twitter. And I think a lot of people want to like communicate and ask questions, but, you know, I think your team has been staying kind of quiet. So can you address what's been happening, and maybe if there's a way that they can communicate with the team, then how can we do so?
So I'm the only guy who do the marketing. I have an intern, but she's doing helping us to translate and other community management things. So I'm trying to respond on more responsive on Twitter, but yeah, that's a problem. And you can send us an email through contact@cryptoquant.com. We have our product team will respond to you instantly. And the other problem is language barrier.
Yes.
So our team is based out of Seoul. We're all Koreans. So
you're good at English though. You're pretty good.
My English is bad. Writing in English is pretty hard for me. So that's why I'm kind of irresponsible Twitter, I think. But just send us an email. I'll respond all of those emails.
Okay. Guys, you should send an email, not on Twitter. Twitter can be a little distracting, right? It can be very confusing and people, there's too many messages for you. So you might get lost in the flood of messages, right? But I think emails, you can definitely take some time to read thoroughly. And so there is definitely a language barrier. And I think, but still, I think your team is doing great. I mean, it's definitely, your analysis is, I think it's 100% in English, and people can definitely read your Twitter like very well and interpret it very well. So people, please understand. Community people, please understand, and they're trying their best. And I think, yeah, it's taking step by step. And so, yeah, they'll reach out by email. And last but not least, can you share a short message to the community and your followers?
I think data-driven investment is very, very important to, to be more confident in your investment. So please use our data as for your confidence, and we'll keep doing this and provide you nuggets of insights through on-chain data. Just let us know if you have any ideas for tracking, whale wallets or new data matrix. That's going to be really helpful for us. So thank you very much for your support, and I'll keep trying my best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. And I know it's a very busy time for you and for your team, but thank you so much for taking your busy time. And I had a wonderful time, and I look forward to seeing you in person very soon in Korea, hopefully. Thank you.